Mike Trout to the Red Sox makes absolutely no sense at all. And yes, I am doing baseball videos. Make sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe because I'm spreading the wealth and I'm not just doing only hockey anymore. Let's get into it. So Mike Trout to the Red Sox, that has been a rumor. He's hitting 244 in the season with 11 home runs as of May 16th. Do I think it's an awful idea? No, I think he's a good leader. I think he understands how to be on a loser like the Angels for years and not want to start a shotgun. So there's that positive to that. But are you getting the Mike Trout of his prime where he was hitting home runs and for high average? Absolutely not. I understand wanting to add a bat because currently the starting lineup for tonight against the Braves is just absolutely not good. I mean, you have Duran, Gasper, Abreu, Contreras, Yoshida, Rafaela,
Meyer,
Monasterio, Durbin. Do any single one of those players put the fear in God of you? Absolutely not. Now, again, there's a player like Roman Anthony who went on the IL. He has struggled early in this season, regardless of the injury. I think he has the potential to be a star because he just has that makeup, and I really like him as a player. I would argue a little bit too much has been put on his plate to carry a franchise this early in his career. The Red Sox are not a playoff team with Mike Trout in their lineup. They're just not. Sure, add a little bit more pop, but how long are you going to have that pop in your lineup? 10 games until he breaks a fingernail and he's out for the season? Being a little facetious there, I know his injuries are far more serious than that, but it is a trend. Since 2020, he's only had 2 seasons where he's played over 100 games in a season, and he had one in 2024 where I believe it was like 26 or something of that nature. Mike Trout doesn't stay healthy. So why should the Red Sox bring in a player that can't stay on the field? Again, if this was the Trout in the 2010s, heck, even in 2020, right? Bring him in there. Okay, sure, fine. We could see what we could do. But it's been proven at this point in time that this player cannot stay on the field. And it showcases the Red Sox bigger issue here. When there has been big targets that have hit free agency, like let's just use, I don't know, Soto, for example, right? Could have made a play at him. I'm not saying it happens, but there's been good hitters that have hit the market over the years that the Red Sox are just, oh, you know, we're not the Red Sox, we're Kansas City, or we're Oakland, which I just find is laughable. I do believe in, you know, developing your own talent, and the strength of this current Red Sox team would be the pitching. I mean, Crochet's out currently, but it looked like he was bouncing back after that really rough outing. I know Bayo is just like, I believe they should just throw him into the ocean. I think he'd be more productive in that way. But you got Tolley, you got Connolly early. Ranger Suarez has been pretty decent in recent starts. And then when it comes to the relievers, I think it's pretty good. And Chapman just told Father Time to go fuck himself because that dude is still slinging the ball at 101 miles per hour at his advanced age. It's remarkable of how good in shape that man stays and how he can still throw that hard. That being said, the Red Sox do not have a quality offense. You can have all the pitching in the world, but when you struggle to even score 2 to 3 runs in a game, eventually that's just going to lead to more and more losses. I get it. On paper, it'd be a good idea to bring a guy like Trout in. He is an improvement even at this age in comparison to some of the players on the roster. But another thing I look at is, if I'm Mike Trout, why am I going to leave a dumpster fire in the Angels, a place that I've established that I kind of like being in the area, to go to Boston to an equally shitty situation? I would rather just suck where I've been for the past, over, 16 years, instead of going to a new place and enduring the suffering there. I don't know. Maybe he could like being in Boston. Maybe he feels like he could turn things out in Boston. For all intents and purposes, I don't believe this happens, but if it truly was in consideration, I think it's foolish. And it showcases that the Red Sox, instead of being cheap on certain players over the years like a Mookie Betts, if they just paid the man, maybe their championship window is a little bit better. Maybe it would entice more players to come to the Red Sox because they'd be more of a contender. Name a star athlete that would really want to come to Boston right now with how this roster currently is. I really couldn't name one. Unless you have that special player that feels like he could be the difference maker to make them a great team. The Red Sox have far more issues than just one player, and even if you bring in Mike Trout, I just don't see how much of a difference that's going to make for this team and even help them make the playoffs. Hey, maybe it happens and I'm wrong and Trout decides to hit 40 home runs in 40 games and he goes off and has a heater. But to me, that just signifies deeper issues with the Red Sox roster construction as a whole. You need to have a better balance of, yeah, sure, developing prospects, but also bring in some high-level talent, because on the averages alone, prospects usually don't work out. And I'm not hoping that's the case with some of the Red Sox prospects in the system, but they're prospects for a reason. You have a lot of potential. I think the Red Sox need to do a better job of getting guys in here with some youth and potential mixed in with some veterans with MLB proven success. Instead of being the Kansas City Royals, the Red Sox should be the damn Red Sox of old. Bring in a player like a Manny Ramirez, a David Ortiz, Mike Lowell, Josh Beck. You name all these legacy players they brought in over the years to also supplement the talent they already had on the team. That's what made them great. That's what the Red Sox need to do, at least in my opinion, to get back to that level. One off season's not going to solve that. Sure, Mike Trout on paper is a fun idea, but does he really make that much of a difference at this point in his career? I don't really think so. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you like the trade idea, hate the trade idea? What do you think about the Red Sox and how they have handled things over the years regarding bringing talent in? See you in the next one.